Introducing real-time intelligence in Microsoft Fabric, an end solution empowering you to get instant, actionable insights on streaming data. At its heart lies a central place to discover, manage, and consume event data across your entire organization with a rich, governed experience. Get started quickly by bringing in data from Microsoft sources and across clouds with a variety of out-of-the-box connectors. Route the relevant data to the right destination in Fabric using a simple drag-and-drop experience. Explore insights on petabytes of streaming data with just a few clicks. Elevate your analysis by harnessing the intelligence of Copilot in Microsoft Fabric using simple, natural language. Make efficient business decisions in the moment with real-time, actionable insights and respond to changing landscapes proactively. Allow users to monitor the data they care about, detect changing patterns, and set alerts or actions that drive business value. All your data, all your teams, all in one place. This is Microsoft Fabric.
Wow, isn't that cool? Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our session. My name is Yitzhak Kesselman. I lead messaging and real-time analytics in Microsoft. It's great to be here to announce a breakthrough technology solution to master the age of AI. First, the problem. It has always been hard to work with high granularity data. The ability to analyze a single data point out of trillion records of data. I've been working with data for more than 20 years. Yes, even before the term big data was invented. From embedded software, building digital processing algorithms on the edge, to building big data analytics over petabytes of data. I've also been working in Power BI from day one, leading the Power BI mobile apps, Power BI Premium, and Power BI Service. Data. It is everywhere in the world around us. There is explosion in high granularity data in motion. This data comes from sensors, IoT devices, business processes, and digital applications. All the telemetry, logs, and more comes in high speed, in high velocity, and huge volumes across thousands of sources. And this is especially critical in the era of AI. Data is the fuel of AI. We see this across all the verticals of the industry. The lack of solution in this space causes our customer financial loss. They cannot act in a timely manner. For example, the renewable energy industry. Changes in the weather or asset efficiency without a timely action can cause reduction in the efficiency that can be utilized from the wind. Or take the automotive sector. There are multiple examples, like connected fleet applications or autonomous driving. Without a solution, can be at risk of non-compliance with local regulations if a car or part of it starts to operate differently than before. As you can see, there are many scenarios in a search of a better way. But the market is very fragmented. There is no end-to-end solution that customers can use out of the box. This requires our customers to build highly customized solutions for the specific business needs. This can cost a fortune. It can take a tremendous amount of time. Those solutions, complex, fragile. This can lead organizations to doubt the ROI, and many don't even try. To succeed, customers need an easy-to-use, end-to-end solutions. Everyone in the organization needs to be able to take advantage of it to unlock actionable insights behind all this data. It must be easy to bring this data in. It must be quick to unlock and extract valuable insights using a single data estate. This is how to harness the power of AI, to discover even the unknown unknowns behind this data. I've talked about the problem. Now, what we do about it. Today, I'm super excited to announce the release of real-time intelligence in Microsoft Fabric. Real-time intelligence provides an end-to-end software-as-a-service solutions that empowers customers to act on high, time-sensitive, high-granularity data and makes faster and more informed business decisions. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Real-time intelligence brings native support for real-time streaming data to Microsoft Fabric. This provides a complete set of capabilities to you to build world-class data solution in the era of AI. Let's get started with a quick demo on how simple and powerful it is. I would like to invite Tessa, my friend, to show how it is.
Great, thank you, Yitzhak.
Thank you.
We are all so excited about the announcement of real-time intelligence, and since we want to show how easy it is to get started, I think we got someone from the audience to come help us out.
Seriously? You're going off script?
We're all, about real-time here, and really it is so easy to get started. All we need is someone who's maybe familiar with data, maybe someone familiar with Power BI, and actually I see Patrick LeBlanc in the audience. Patrick, you want to come on out and help us out? Yeah, give him a round of applause. Thank you. So now we know.
Someone from the audience.
I mean, it's Patrick. He was born for this.
I was born for this.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Yo.
So Patrick, I know you're not a streaming expert.
I am not.
But we're making this very easy with real-time intelligence. Oh yes, please.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do, here's the scenario. We have a feed that's tracking tweets about all the announcements around real-time intelligence at Build, and we want to be notified whenever someone important retweets. Okay? So I'm going to run you through it, and then you're really just going to show us how easy it is. Okay?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so you're going to get started at Microsoft.com/Fabric.
Okay, so I need to log in.
Yep, you're going to log in.
All right.
And now here you're going to see the real-time hub on the left-hand side.
So exciting.
And that's it. I'll let you take it from here.
Okay, so I'm going to look for tweet. So let me type tweet. There we go. And oh, look at this. This is nice. You've created this already. There's all types of things and data coming in. So what I want to do is I'm going to create an alert here that's going to send me an email when someone important, let's see, maybe Arun, right? When Arun does,
good.
I like Arun, right? So, but that's no fun because Arun's always tweeting about this kind of stuff. So maybe Taylor Swift. Let's see when, no, let's not use Taylor. Let's use Travis Kelce. He's the one that made Taylor Swift popular.
Okay,
so let's do that, and is that easy?
That's it. Yeah, I mean, you can choose whatever you want. So now what you've done is, as soon as Travis Kelce tweets about real-time intelligence, we'll get notified.
I did it.
Thanks, Patrick. Okay, back to you.
Thanks, Tessa, and thank you, Patrick, for your spontaneous demo. Yes, it is simple and intuitive, but real-time intelligence also brings together the proven scale, reliability, compliance of Microsoft Azure real-time data platforms with the no-code and self-service experience of Power BI and Data Activator. The result is a simple, intuitive experience in Microsoft Fabric that makes it approachable for everyone across all roles to use it, from business users to analysts, to data engineers, and to developers. It's built on technologies that operate at a massive scale, ingesting and processing thousands of trillions of individual events to power low latency and automate actions. Imagine ingesting over 8 exabytes of events and logs monthly and operating at 5 nines reliability. As part of real-time intelligence, we are introducing the real-time hub, the single location for all your data in motion. Here you can discover, leverage, and manage all your streaming data across IoT devices, weblogs, clickstreams, and more. There is a wide variety of out-of-the-box connectors that make it very easy to bring data in within Microsoft, and yes, across other clouds. And there are no-code experiences that make it easy to you, as you have seen, to act on data while it's still in motion. With real-time intelligence and the real-time hub, Microsoft Fabric now truly supports the world of streaming and event data, all within a single data platform for the era of AI. Real-time intelligence provides an end-to-end solution from streaming the data, analytics, dashboarding, alerts, built-in AI, and Copilot, and pro developers can build their solutions on top of it. Let's see this in action. I would like to call back Tessa to show us a real scenario.
Great, thank you. Okay, so Patrick showed us how easy it is, but now we're going to get into a bit more real end-to-end scenario. And if you want to see even more about real-time intelligence in action, please don't miss our demo session on Thursday morning. But what we're going to go through today is using the same pillars In this scenario, I am going to represent Contoso, a major retailer with data streaming from all point-of-sale systems around the world, which produces millions of signals that I want to understand as quickly as possible. So we're going to start with the event ingestion, because the first step is always to access the data. And with Real-Time Hub and event streams, it makes it extremely easy to discover, manage all of this data streams that are traditionally very hard for business users or analysts to find. And if needed, users can easily connect to streams from other clouds as well. So I'm going to go back into my Real-Time Hub, and once again, you can see that I have access to a wide range of streams from across my whole organization. I can see information here about where the stream is located, who's the owner, whether or not it's endorsed. And of course, I can also leverage our wide range of connectors to bring in even more data. So whether my data is streaming from Amazon Kinesis, Google PubSub, or in this case, I'm going to connect to Confluent Kafka, which is where my point-of-sale system's data is streaming in from.
Sounds good.
I'm going to create a quick connection and specify the information about the event stream, which workspace to save it into. And just like that, it can create the connection, and now the data is coming into the Real-Time Hub. But also from this experience, I can open the event stream and actually transform and process the data a little bit more. So in the event stream editor, I can see on the left-hand side, I have the source. And on the right-hand side, I have the transformations and the destinations that I can connect the stream to. And you can see I have a wide range of operations and destinations. And since I know I'm going to do further analytics on it, I'm going to load it directly into an event house and KQL database that's already within my organization, so the data is ready for me to do a little bit more.
Looks like very easy.
Very easy. And I can fast forward ahead to something a little bit more complicated. You could see some of the power, the ability to route to many destinations. And in this case, I've done some aggregations, some filtering, and then ultimately used the new derived stream endpoint. And what this does is it takes the transformations I've already applied and publish them back to the Real-Time Hub so others can use that data without having to do the transformations themselves. So a wide range of capabilities just in that first pillar on event ingestion. But now that we have the data, the next step is real-time analytics with Event House. So Event House is an innovative database optimized for time series and semi-structured data, and is now generally available. Woo! It provides an extremely capable analytics engine fine-tuned for data in motion, allowing me to query terabytes of data in seconds. So we're going to go back to the event stream, and this time I'm going to choose my Event House and KQL database and open it up directly from that experience. And I'm brought into my Event House where I can see a little bit more information about the different KQL databases that I have within the Event House and how it's actually performing across the system. And so you can see from this view that I actually have multiple KQL databases, including the operations database, as well as the sales order database that we already routed to. And the system overview page gives me a lot more information about how the actual system is performing in real time. So I'm going to open the KQL database that we routed our point-of-sale data into, and I can see all the information about the different tables that I have. And even directly from this experience, I can choose to get data and connect to reference data that I already have either in my system in 𝗦𝗽𝗀 or in other sources as well. And since I already have my customers' data within Microsoft Fabric and in 𝗦𝗽𝗀, I'm going to connect to it directly from this experience and bring it in so I can use it alongside my streaming data and make an even more powerful solution. So in just a few clicks, I'm already connected, and I'm going to go back into this experience.
This looks like a baby database.
It's very tiny, but Event House can handle a lot more. So flipping over, here's an example of something with 110 terabytes of data.
That's a big baby.
That's a big baby. Could do a lot more on the querying side as well. But this experience makes it very easy. So out of box, you saw I had queries I can just select, and immediately I get insights about my data. And of course, if I want to write queries, I can do so as well. And with this powerful capability, I can leverage a KQL query set so I can collaborate with others, share my queries, and keep exploring a little bit further. So we're going to do that. We're going to create a new query set, and that takes us, gets us ready into our next pillar, which is all about AI and real-time AI.
AI is cool.
AI is pretty cool. And in this case, we're going to leverage Copilot to help us generate new queries and explore more of our data. As you've seen today and over the last many months as well, Copilot simplifies the process of understanding data, making it accessible to anybody who wants to make decisions based on their data, just using natural language.
Sounds like even managers can use it.
Even managers can do it, yes. So going back into this experience, you see I have Copilot directly available for me, and I can use this Copilot experience to generate the proper KQL queries to get me those results I'm looking for. So in this case, I'm going to use Copilot to help me understand a bit more about the sales that I have across the different regions. So I'm just going to type sales data, and again, for all of the different sales regions that I have, by region, and I want to have this in a column chart, in a time chart, so I can see a bit more about my information. And just like that, it took my natural language and translated it into a proper KQL query that ultimately returns the results that I was looking for.
That's super fast.
It's pretty impressive. And you can see, even though that my natural language doesn't exactly match my database or the columns, it was able to translate it and figure it out. And so this result that it's generated is interactive. Right here, I can explore a bit more. And for example, I can see that everybody spiked up around May 13th. And I can even see more about the data. But I want to go a little bit further, and I want to do the same query, but I only really care about sales in the last week. And I only want to check if they're meaningful size, so let's say greater than 20 items in the sale. And so once again, Copilot will take the query, the natural language that I've provided, and generate a KQL query. And you can see it's super powerful. In this case, it actually even took the different fields, so it knew how to translate items, 20 items, into a quantity filter. And then it also took my in the last week and put 7 days. So super powerful and really gets me to the data that I want.
Sounds like manager proof.
It's very great. This takes us over to the next one, which is all about real-time dashboards. And so our next highlight with real-time dashboards helps my organization stay up to date on the latest state of all of our live transaction data from those point-of-sales machines, as well as any other streams across the organization. So going back into the query set, I can see that last query we generated, and directly from this experience, I can pin it to a dashboard. I can choose an existing dashboard or a new dashboard, but I'm going to pin it to our existing deliveries dashboard, give it a name of sales by region, and then immediately open the dashboard from this experience. And I'm taken into this dashboard where I can see that real-time streaming data across my organization. I can do even more. For example, I can see the query that's underneath the tiles. I can even go into edit mode and do even more, maybe modify the queries or write some more KQL.
But what if I don't know how to write the code?
And if you don't know how to write the code, we have a new visual exploration experience directly from this dashboard. And what this allows is our business users who aren't familiar with writing code to actually use the visual experience to get further insights. So in this case, I see something where I want to understand a bit more about what the Eastern US sales region is doing. So I'm going to remove the aggregation, add a quick filter, and now I'm going to add back the aggregation. But instead of grouping by day, I'm going to group all of my sales in 2-hour chunks so I can see even more about what was happening across that stream and really get insights about the data.
That's the high granularity.
Let's do a quick clap because I'm showing more information. We need a little bit more energy to make it through the last couple of pillars. So now we're going to go into the real-time triggers. So we have all the data, we've gotten some insights, built some great dashboards. Now let's get into that action as well. And you already saw from the very first demo how easy it is to build real-time triggers off of data in the real-time hub. And with the real-time triggers, I no longer need to manually monitor these feeds for changes or concerning patterns. But we're going to go back into the dashboard, and what you're going to see is that same capability that you saw in the real-time hub is also available directly from this real-time dashboard as well. So for example, I can go to one of my tiles on the cost, and right from here, I can choose to set an alert. And so what this means is that I'm going to be monitoring that query that I already pinned to my dashboard. It's already important enough to be monitoring on the dashboard. Now I want to set that alert as well. And so it's going to immediately bring up that alert pane that you already saw. And now I want to be notified whenever the average cost is greater than $3,200. And in this case, send me a message on Teams. And just like that, I can create this item and save it into the workspace, even the existing reflex item that I already created. And so now I could go back to my dashboard and keep exploring, or I could actually open up the trigger and go into Data Activator and do even more with the capabilities. So now I'm in Data Activator experience. I'm brought right to that action card where you can see it says I just set that Teams message. But there's many other actions I could take. I could send an email. With our Power Automate integration, I could kick off a workflow. Lots of power and capabilities here. We also have the detection card. And so although I set it for when it is greater than a specific value, I can also set it to alert when it exceeds a certain value a number of times in a time period, or if it exceeds that value and stays above it. And what that allows me to do is really understand if this is a one-off case or if this is a concerning pattern that I need to keep an eye on. But again, this is all happening automatically, and I don't actually have to sit here.
Simple but powerful.
Simple but powerful, exactly. Okay, last but not least, we're going to go to the final demo, and this is all about event-driven actions. And this one is even more powerful, if you will, because it actually takes the power of Fabric and makes it event-driven as well. So as my organization is using Fabric, Fabric itself is actually emitting events. And so these events are if a new report's created or a notebook was deleted, and this usually indicates that something else needs to happen. And so now the ability to listen and react to these events allows the Fabric to be more event-driven instead of schedule-driven, which saves time and resources across my organization. Of course. So I'm going to head back into the real-time hub, and we're going to jump into that third tab around Fabric events. And so in this case, the Fabric events in the third tab provides that ability to listen to events, whether it's from Azure Blob Storage events or Fabric Workspace item events, so that I can actually listen to what's happening across my full organization. And again, the examples of specific events that can happen are things like a specific item's created, or a new set of data is available, and it's really powerful and allows me to actually take those actions. So selecting one of the options, I can see all the different event types that are available to me. This helps me decide which ones I want to subscribe and listen to and take action. And then once again, I have our set alert experience, and so I'm brought into that familiar experience where I can choose the events that I want to listen to. In this case, I'm only going to listen to Fabric item create succeeded. I can choose which workspace I want to monitor, and then I can directly set filters. So this lets me ensure that I'm only listening to events that include, a specific item name or an item kind that I want to listen to, if that's the scenario I'm going for. But the other option is just to listen to all of these event types within the specific workspace. So once I've chosen the events, I'm going to go back into the pane, and here you can see, again, I have the options of sending an email or message me in Teams, but I can also run a Fabric item. And what this allows me to do is kick off my data pipeline or my notebook when this event comes in. And in this case, I'm going to trigger a sales pipeline so that whenever an item's created in that workspace, my sales pipeline is automatically going to create. So super powerful capabilities. Whew. Okay, so many capabilities across real-time intelligence.
So thank you, Tessa. But looks like you know everything what you're looking for. But we're speaking here about trillions of records of data. What if I don't know what I'm looking for?
This is a great question. So we have one other quick demo that we're going to show that is actually a sneak peek of capabilities that are coming. And so exactly as you're suggesting, when we have high volume, high granularity data that we're talking about, terabytes and trillions of records, you don't always know the exact condition that you're looking for. And so we're super excited to announce the sneak peek of the ability to detect unknown unknowns through our AI-powered anomaly detection triggers to really help users be able to do this automatically, even if they don't know exactly what could go wrong. OK, so we're going to do one last demo. And in this case, I'm monitoring my real-time measurements coming from buildings that we manage, looking at the power consumption and usage over a wide variety of metrics. Now, in some cases, we might have clear business values that rules that indicate that something is changing over time could be an issue. But with these large, diverse sets of data, finding those unknown unknowns is honestly beyond what a human can actually identify. So I'm going to use the real-time intelligence to create AI-driven alerts that will automatically look for and alert me when I see the new anomalies come across all of this data. And it's using the AI smarts so it doesn't operate over that specific fixed threshold like you saw in some of those other scenarios. So here I can choose what readings I want to monitor. And as some of these might not always be relevant, I can also choose the action. And in this case, I'm going to keep a human, keep myself in the loop, just to respond to these anomalies correctly. OK, so Data Activator uses industry standard algorithms like KQL's time series decomposition, which makes it really powerful, but also available out of the box to me as an end user. So now that the anomaly detection triggers have been created, I'm looking at a real-time view that summarizes all of those triggers across all of my data. And so you can see that the recent trigger activators have been around the active power, but recently in the last couple hours, I'm also seeing issues with the current voltage as well. You can also see that more rows are arriving here as the anomaly is detected, because the AI is monitoring every single point of new data as it's coming in, and it's doing it all for me, something that as a human I could just never possibly keep track of. So super powerful and really unlocks a lot of the capabilities.
That looks...
Yeah. There's even more that I wasn't able to show there, and this was a whirlwind tour of so many of the different features across real-time intelligence. It's available today, and we hope everyone tries it out.
Thank you, Tessa. Wow, so much to fit in such short amount of time. So now we heard about the opportunities. I would like to invite a few of our customers to share how they are leveraging this today. I would like to invite my friend Ellen, Global Microsoft Lead with Accenture, and Cem, Senior Director and Architect for Avanade.
Hi, Yitzhak.
Hey, Alan.
Hi, Yitzhak.
Hey, Cem. Good to have you here.
Great to be here.
So, Alice, tell us a little about your kind of challenges today in your business and how we can help you.
So at Accenture, I'm assuming everybody knows about Accenture. So we're quite a large organization, over 700,000 people. Well, we've got quite a big and ever-changing and evolving data landscape. And that landscape incorporates a significant amount of event data. And that event data comes in the form of user activity, audit logs, and various telemetry information across the many thousands of processes we run every single day and across all the countries we serve. The challenge, as you pointed earlier, was to do the things we want to do is actually quite cumbersome. We have to work across multiple silos, a fragmented technology landscape. And what we really want is a single unified solution that anybody across our enterprise can use.
Yeah, it's a common issue that we're hearing across all industries. So, Cem, how do you manage all this?
That is a complex issue, but real-time intelligence changed that equation for us by allowing our data team easily connect to streaming sources and build an end-to-end event-driven analytics solution with a low-code experience. What we have designed is a control tower capability, enhancing our ability to monitor our business-critical data analytics workloads, understand what's happening around them almost instantly, so we can quickly detect and resolve operational inefficiencies.
So how does this improve your operations?
Well, I'll take that one. So what was really, really cool for us to do was we connected real-time intelligence and real-time hub up to our SAP estate.
That's a complex.
That is, it's easier said than done, because what we want to do is really put this into a business-critical process. We have really successfully been blown away by how easy it was to connect up an end-to-end solution where we're actually looking at payables and receivables coming in from SAP. For a large organization like this, we're able now to monitor things like credit control coming in real time around orders, placements. We've integrated real-time intelligence into teams. So if you're the end product or supplier owner, you're actually getting triggers in the form of reporting for the account, the current status, the current position, and you're able to interoperate with the SAP estate now in real time across the thousands of dimensions that we typically would want to.
Thanks, Alan. And
in sales, I was going to add, we are using real-time intelligence to track and respond to streaming data that's coming from Fabric workspaces that drive our sales activities, things like pipeline management, sales forecasting, account planning, and by using reflex-based triggers to automatically identify any anomalies or significant events that are happening across those sales processes, we are able to better manage and govern our sales analytics, ensuring it's running smoothly and our leaders have the best possible intelligence for decision making.
thanks, Cem. And Alan, Accenture and Avanade work across of thousands of clients. I'm sure that the audience knows that. So what opportunities are you seeing here?
I think, Yitzhak, the possibilities for everybody listening in are limitless with this technology. If I look at 3 very strong adopters of Microsoft Fabric to date. We'll talk about healthcare, the ability to look at patient outcomes, triggers, anomalies across the patient lifecycle. That for us has been really, really helpful for us to see. The second is every organization has challenges around ESG. So we have very large manufacturers who are using real-time intelligence to monitor emissions across their logistics and their supply chain. Again, impossible in reality to do in near real time. And the last I would say is from a sales perspective, getting real triggers and event-driven outcomes using real-time intelligence and real-time hub into the right customer scenario. So for retailers, it's going to be a massive change.
Looks like we have a lot of work to do more. So we heard a lot about AI today. So how do you see it fit in?
Being a pioneer with Microsoft in artificial intelligence, we all know that data and having a strong data foundation is critical to the success of your artificial intelligence applications. So we hope now, with the advent of real-time intelligence, real-time hub, that organizations now are going to correctly address their data landscape, because this simplifies actually the ability and the time to value is going to significantly decrease.
Makes sense. So Cem, what's next?
An area that I'm really excited about that Tessa showed is the real-time hub. We are working on enabling real-time hub for everybody in our organization so that they will have a single place to go discover and consume streaming events. And since real-time hub is integrated with Fabric, it's natively part of our single data estate. And that's a high value for us because it opens up the, additional scenarios for us where we can combine in-motion data with other enterprise data we have in one lake.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Cem.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yitzhak.
As you can see, there are a wide range of customers using real-time intelligence today. And here you can see some of the quotes sharing the value and the impact to their business. But better than words, let's see it in action.
Nas corridas de Porsche, a competitividade fica muito intensa, mas os autódromos mais velozes, eles chegam próximo a 280 km/h.
We have to think about strategy. Every details make the difference. All the cars finish in 1 second. The top 5 in 0.2 of a second.
Tire pressure can determine if you will make pole position or you'll be 20th in the grid. At the car, you have like 180 sensors that are generating important informations. The problem is this whole process of downloading the data from the car, treating it, putting in our server, and then visualizing it. It took at least 30 minutes. It's an eternity for us.
Depois da adoção do Microsoft Real-Time Intelligence, tudo mudou, porque a gente consegue ver isso em tempo real e tomar decisões antecipadas, poder passar algo de instrução para o piloto.
Now we can follow all the cars of the grid, and we can follow the tire temperature, tire pressure, water temp, oil temp, gearbox temp.
The presentation of this data, it's intuitive, it's friendly. Having all the sensors of the 76 cars in one screen, really important and helpful for us. We can see when some of the cars are out of the standard deviation, and we can take an action before even the driver notices. We are excited about real-time intelligence and data activator, giving us the ability to correlate data that have not even been stored yet. It's just happening in that instant, and you can use it and take decisions on it.
Com o Microsoft Real-Time Intelligence, eu consegui me antecipar a qualquer problema e eu reduzo custos. Eu tomo decisões que eu minimizo muito o meu prejuízo.
Before it was more than feelings of the drivers. Now we have all this data, and the engineer can help us. It's going to be crucial to improve the driving and improve the show.
Minha paixão começa com os carros, com as máquinas, com os motores.
Microsoft Real-Time Intelligence é uma solução que entrega informações sem que eu precise de uma infraestrutura de TI. Assim, meu time foca no nosso negócio, corrida.
Powerful. Now I'm sure that everyone wants to get their hands on this, so Tessa will share more on how to do it.
Yeah, thank you. Although I don't know if I can follow race cars.
We'll see.
We'll see. Just because we went by so quickly, I did want to just flash up one more time all of the great customers that we've been working with and just all of the amazing stories that they've been showing as well. Yeah, please. But as Yitzhak said, you guys all probably want to get started, and it's actually, of course, possible today. So, of course, besides trying the product, which I all hope you have already done, or if not, you're going to go do right after this session as well, you can also take advantage of all of the content, the technical documentation that we have available. So in the technical documentation, it's more than just features and a play-by-play with the features. It also shows step-by-step tutorials, so it can actually guide you to get started and learn more about real-time intelligence. And it goes even further than that. If you want to learn by actually doing, we also have the capabilities of following the learning path, which actually was just released and updated today and has 5 new modules across all of the capabilities. Very exciting. And then even further, you can showcase your skills. So we have a wide range of certifications and applied skills at Microsoft. Of course, you can get trained on the Fabric certification that's already available. And then with today, we're also releasing the real-time intelligence applied skill so that everybody can get started and also showcase those skills that they've achieved. So please go take a look. And of course, you can always go to the product, but the Career Hub, Fabric Career Hub, can also route you to get started with learning more about real-time intelligence and really getting your hands dirty. And besides learning yourself, we also have a wide range of partners who are already trained and can help you and our customers get started very, very easily. So go check out our Fabric RTI featured partners, where you can see all of the different partners that have already been working with us very closely, who are already trained on the capabilities, and have different offers to help you get started. And so we actually have a quick video to hear more about their excitement around the real-time intelligence announcement as well. And I'm just going to restart it with the volume this time.
Streamlines the end-to-end journey of working with streams and event data.
The ease of working with streams and the ability to respond to events is amazing. This is something new for the industry.
The experience of having all the streams under a single pane of glass with a real-time hub is groundbreaking.
With the ability to add triggers and alerts to those streams in real-time hub, you can have a responsive system to everything that is happening. And this is simply fascinating. We are excited by the possibilities with real-time intelligence.
This offers something very, very new to developers to get bootstrapped very, very quickly to show results.
It's fully managed data analytic platform. You don't need to manage your infrastructure anymore.
The value that you will derive is the speed at which these insights are delivered to you.
So the entire turnaround time, which used to be a couple of hours to a couple of days, is now under a minute.
This has literally been designed to scale to terabytes and petabytes of data, and the ability to query all of this data in seconds is phenomenal.
Every industry with real-time data would benefit from Microsoft Fabric.
If you are in automotive, manufacturing, logistics, finance, insurance, energy and utilities, retail, healthcare, or any other industry that is dealing with data in motion, Fabric's real-time intelligence is for you.
It's exciting because it has democratized the way data can be used to make faster decisions at the right time.
Woo! It's amazing. So much excitement about real-time intelligence. So much excitement from our customers, from our partners, and of course, so much excitement here at Build. You probably heard about it in Satya's keynote. Arun had a great session earlier about Fabric, and then of course, we have even more. There is the demo session Thursday morning, so don't miss that to see a real end-to-end live demo across real-time intelligence. And of course, the team is all available at the expert meetup on the 5th floor, and so any questions or comments or you want to see more of this in action, come over to the booth. And when in doubt, you can head to aka.ms/realtime intelligence to hear all about the capabilities.
Thank you, Tessa. And this is only the beginning. Come join us at FabCon Europe in September, and thank you for joining us.
an end-to-end solution empowering you to get instant, actionable insights on streaming data. At its heart lies a central place to discover, manage, and consume event data across your entire organization with a rich, governed experience. Get started quickly by bringing in data from Microsoft sources and across clouds with a variety of out-of-the-box connectors. Route the relevant data to the right destination in Fabric using a simple drag-and-drop experience. Explore insights on petabytes of streaming data with just a few clicks. Elevate your analysis by harnessing the intelligence of Copilot in Microsoft Fabric using simple, natural language. Make efficient business decisions in the moment with real-time, actionable insights and respond to changing landscapes proactively. Allow users to monitor the data they care about, detect changing patterns, and set alerts or actions that drive business value. All your data, all your teams, all in one place. This is Microsoft Fabric.